I was speaking to my dad and he told me that don't expect to give nothing and then get something back. He did say that, because there's been quite a few times in my life when I haven't really tried hard at anything. I got kicked out of college, didn't really try hard at school, and he was like, "Little hobby, you can't be going through life just not really putting effort into anything and caring about anything, and just expect to go through life like someone owes you something." You know, one of the next lyrics is, "The world don't owe you anything you didn't buy," and it's true. You can't just expect to have a laugh and then just be able to buy things when you haven't even worked for the money. You know, you can't sponge off your mum forever. So that's kind of the first verse, and that's what I started to realise a few years ago. When I was working in a call centre, I'd done shit at school, and I thought, wow, what am I doing here? You know, I thought I was a bright kid, and I'm in a dead-end job. And by the way, no disrespect to people who work in call centres, I had a good time in that call centre, trust me. I really like those people. And to be honest, all the people that I knew working in the call centre, they're not working there anymore either. But you know, there's only so many ways you can go with that job. So I just thought, that's it. For once in my life, I'm gonna put all my effort into something, because music was the only thing that I ever really cared about and passionate about, and put lots of effort into it. I was in a lot of bands throughout my life, and football as well, but I'm not good enough to be a professional footballer, unfortunately. So what's the lyrics after? We all want to be better off, but in the end we're still breathing, and that's a lot. That's kind of self-explanatory, you know. Everyone wants to be in a better position, but at the same time you should be thankful for what you got, because you know, we got a good life. You know, you got friends, you got family, you got simple pleasures. You know, be thankful at the same time. Yeah, you can have all the billions like a Steve Jobs and still never get to see your own super yacht. Now Steve Jobs bought a super yacht and died before he even got to use the yacht. You know, he didn't even go in his yacht. So what was I trying to say with that line? I was trying to say, again, be thankful for what you got. That's what I was trying to say. I thought I was trying to overthink it then, but really it's quite simple. Whatever we've done or wherever we've been, we're still here. It's never too late to make something of yourself. I thought it was too late when I got kicked out of college, done shit at school, blah, blah, blah. I thought it was too late. I was like, well, I fucked this up. Don't know where I'm going to go from here. Ultimately, that's not true at all. You can just, I could have gone back to college, redone my A-levels, you know, whatever. It's not too late. If you really want to do something and put effort into it, you can do it. No matter how bad of a mess we're in, we're still here. That's just kind of the same thing. This thing with pop in it, you got to reiterate the same thought.
It's a formula.
Yeah. I was speaking to my mum and I told her that academia was something I could never hack. It's true, I couldn't be bothered at school. I was just having a great time. Which is funny, you know, because I reckon if I had a history lesson now, I think I'd be really interested. I'd quite want to know about like the Second World War and shit. But back then I just didn't care. You know? I didn't care about anything. I was just more interested in chatting to girls and, you know, chucking Skittles around at people.
It's true, history is one of the yawn subjects.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to need this.
Yeah. And same with most of subjects, I thought, at the time. I've done some bad things, yeah, and that's a fact, but I'm going to make her proud, and I promise that. Now, when I say bad things, I think a few people misinterpret it. I'm not saying I'm a bad guy, nor have I done some, you know, really bad things. Like, I've never really done immoral things. You know, I'm not from a bad area, you know, a rough area. When I say bad things, it's just things like getting kicked out of college, getting into fights. You know, one time my mum had to pick me up from the police station. I've lied to my mum sometimes. Just stuff like that, you know. I'm not saying they're really bad. Just things that I could have done better.
It wasn't what your mum wanted for you.
Exactly, it wasn't what my mum wanted me to do, and so now I'm saying that I'm going to make her proud. You know, I'm going to, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter that I've committed the errors, as I was saying in the chorus. You know, I've got time to redeem myself, and everyone has. What's the lyrics after that? All the kiddies that I'm walking past are the very same ones that would give it large, acting like they would go on and do something big. Fast forward a couple of years and they never did. That's just, I suppose that's just a bit of an indirect diss at some of the pricks at school that thought they were so cool. And some were like, just, you know, some of them kids that really thought they were it. Fast forward a couple of years and, you know, it's not the case. But even them, they still got, you know, they can do what they want.
They listen to the song.
Yeah, exactly.
It's for them too, isn't it?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the 2 verses and the chorus.